Hello and welcome to Crafters TV. It's a Wednesday, which means one thing: it is time for Creative Cravings. It's when we really take it back to basics, show you all the tips and techniques that you're gonna need to create some fabulous projects, whether that's card making or scrapbooking or a whole host of different things. Hello and welcome to everyone that is watching us on Crafters TV. Also, a special hello if you're watching us on the Creative Crafts Facebook page as well. We are simulcasting there tonight as well, so hello and welcome to all of our viewers there. I'll be monitoring the comments over on the Crafters TV Facebook page, so if you want to join the conversation with me, then absolutely head over there and we'll have a nice bit of interaction. Now, I'm not here alone. I've got a crafty friend with me. Leann is here. Leann, how are you?
Well, hello. I'm very well, thank you, Joe. I'm excited. I've been collecting all my Easter eggs today. What's today? I sounded Irish there. It was like Jimmy Cricket. Come here, there's more. It's because I put my wellies on back to front underneath the counter. That's what it is. So I've been collecting my Easter eggs, doing a bit of work and getting ready for this fabulous show that we've got. And I think we've got some of the best kits I've seen over the last week or so that I've been in, Joe. I'm really excited about them.
Yeah, it's going to be great. We've got some great deals coming up in the show today, so it should be action-packed. There's going to be loads happening in the show. Of course, if you want to watch and shop at the same time, you can do that on our website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. We'll be with you for the next couple of hours. I was going to say this afternoon. This afternoon here, if you're with us in the UK, if you're watching in the US, it will be morning time. Now, Leann, do you fancy like whetting our crafty appetite a little bit? Some of the things we're going to be creating.
I would like nothing more than to whet your crafty appetite, Joe. We're going to be looking at our background rotation stamps, and I've just stamped this one before we came live, so I can show you how amazing it is, and it's so easy to do. That's going to blow you away. We've got some foil press as well. We're going to actually make this very, very card that you can see here with our fab edgeables. I'm going to show you how to do that. We're going to be looking at Aqua tints. So there's lots of different things you can do with Aqua tints. Backgrounds, colouring your images, do your embossing with it, do your sentiments. Here you can see our foil press backgrounds on some Aqua tint. So the two will work together if you want them to, if you want to get both of the bundles that we've got, or if you just want to do some lovely self-made scrapbook papers. Those background rotation stamps are fantastic for that. There's a couple of examples there. So they're the types of things we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing some inking, some stamping, some foiling, some edgeable die cutting. We've got all sorts going on.
Absolutely, a bit of everything for you in the show today. Loads of you dropping into Facebook. I can see Ronnie is here in Fort Lauderdale. It's very warm there. Oh, I bet it's lovely on the beach there. Valerie is saying hi. I can see Cindy from California is here. Peg in Indiana. Ramona's joining us from Germany. Debbie is here as well. I can see Anne. Loads of our regulars joining along. Maxine saying hi, looking forward to another live with you both. It is going to be a fun-filled couple of hours. Now, with the Creative Cravings, we always start things off with the Hero tool, and that's exactly what we've got this week. This week's is the straight 9-inch scissors. They are £12.50 in the UK, saving over a fifth, or $19.50 in the US. Now, I was going to maybe talk about these, but, you know, the lady herself, I mean, it's fair to say that these are Leann's pride and joy. I remember doing the UK launch of these on Shopping TV with Leann in a previous life, let's say. She's just getting set up. Let me just do a few more comments. I can see Evelyn is here saying good morning from a beautiful and warm Colorado. Mary is here in Wisconsin. Julia from Colorado, loads of you from Colorado today. Ipswich as well, Helen's here. Catherine in Maryland. Tish is here, Kathy, Judy is here from Jamestown, New York, Tammy in San Diego, I can see Arkansas, Ohio, loads of you. Also, don't forget, just ask Joe. If there's anything you want to know, it will really be Just Ask Leann. I'll level with you, but we'll call it Just Ask Joe because that rhymes. Get any comments or questions, any questions that you may have into the comments for me here on Facebook, and we'll do our best to have a little bit of a crafty clinic and ask Leann any questions that you may have. Now, Leann, these scissors, they're not, well, they are just scissors, but why are they so special?
So many reasons. They are fantastic. Now, we didn't launch scissors here at Crafters Companion for years. So I've been employed by Crafters Companion now for 10.5 years. And it took us to just the end of last year, near the end, middle of the end, autumn, to actually bring out a range of scissors in the Crafter's Companion brand. Why? Because I'm a hard taskmaster, and because I don't just want to access any old scissors that everybody can get on the high street and say they're a good pair of scissors, let's sell them. I want the scissors that we sell to be exceptional, and these scissors are. I trialled these. I had a pair that were not branded Crafter's Companion that we got made up so I could test them, and I used them at home for 2 years before we actually made them purple and put Crafter's Companion on them, because I wanted to know that they would stand the test of time. I still have that pair of scissors in black at home that I use on a daily basis. That's how good they are. We've built in lots of technology in here. We've built we've got perfect, really good quality stainless steel bleeds in here. Blades. You would bleed if you cut yourself with them. Blades in here. They're coated with a fabulous non-stick, and you've got a very comfortable grip, very comfortable in the hand. Okay, so you can really get a good hold on them, depending on whether you just want to do it with your fingertips if you've got dexterity issues, or if you want to get your hand right in there. And also, if your hands are smaller or larger, the size in here, my husband can use these scissors and he's got really big hands very comfortably. So that's about the ergonomics. Let me tell you about this. We've included a ruler on our scissors that you can see there. Look at that. You can see there is a ruler. Now, why do you want a ruler on your scissors? You want a ruler for precision snipping. So when you're making box lids, and I'm just going to grab a scoreboard. I've got one down here because I want to show you very quickly if that's okay. Grabbing a scoreboard and grabbing a scoring tool. Where have I put that? Here, this one will do. When you're making a box, and I'm just going to do any old score line for now. I'm not going to worry about it being in the precise place, but I'm going to score it at 2 inches. Let me see what I can do there. So there's 1 inch, and there we go. So we're going to score it there. Okay. When you're scoring and you want to cut precisely, I don't even know if that is 2 inches. Let me see. I can't even see the numbers. Yes, it is there. So I'm scoring at 2 inches there, and then I'm going to do the same here. I just want to show you. So just imagine that this was a box top, okay? And I've scored my box top at 2 inches and 2 inches because I want to snip and fold my box together. So you would fold your sides, and I've only done it on 2 sides because we're imagining now. We're in the world of make-believe. This line here is 2 inches as scored. Look what happens when I use my scissors. I line it up to the 2 inch mark on my blade. Can you see that there? I'm going to angle it a little bit so you can see it. There we go. So I line that up exactly on the 2 inch mark, and then I snip to the very end and stop. And look at that. It has stopped precisely on that score line at 2 inches. So now you don't need to worry about trying to cut up, overshooting, undershooting, your box corners not folding absolutely precisely and perfectly, because all of your measurements from 1 to 3 inches are included. It takes those corners out, which means when you put your boxes together, it would be absolutely precise. So that's why the ruler is included, for precise snipping. Also, if you're doing fringing, and you want to snip at 1 inch all the way along, line up to 1 inch, snip, line up to 1 inch again, make sure you get it on the number, snip. Look at that, exactly the same depth of snip. So it's good for your fringing. That's why the ruler is included on there as well. Now,
loads of people loving these in the comments. Leann saying she's got 2 sets. One for crafting at home, and she keeps a pair at work as well. Sandy saying she loves the scissors. Roxanne's got a small pair as well. So unanimously, people are saying how fabulous these are, Leann.
Well, that's brilliant to hear, because honestly, I know so many people who were slaves to a particular brand of the scissor that they said they would never have anything else. When I get them to use my scissors and get them to try these, they convert immediately. Look at this. So I'm snipping, the cut goes all the way down to the fly's eyelash of the tip. It is not blunt at the end. Look at the tiny, tiny little snippy I've done there with the edge of my scissors. Now, so brilliant for that. Brilliant for your footy cutting as well. So into the jaw of your scissor, it also cuts right in the jaw, never mind just to the end. And you rotate your scissors rotate your card, not your scissors, and you will get a beautiful, smooth fussy cut, because the blade will cut a curve gorgeously. It will follow around a circle as you want to do that. Look how amazing that is. It is gorgeous. And by the way, are you left-handed? Are you left-handed? They cut left-handed. Look at that. I'm in my left hand now. There you go.
Yeah. People are asking as well, they're good for soft crafts too.
Oh, right. Now then. Let me get another piece of... Are they good for soft crafts? Are they good for soft crafts? Yes, of course they are. So I've got here some faux leather. Is this faux leather or real leather? Sniff test. Faux. So faux leather, watch this. Warm knife through butter. Look at that. Absolutely effortless. We've got it on faux leather. We've got sniff test, real leather. And we can cut real leather. And this is a good thick real leather. Look at that. Straight through, lovely and sharp. We've got felt here. It'll go through several layers of felt. They'll
You'll be able to open up a haberdashery over there in a minute.
I know, it's marvellous, isn't it? Felt, look. And can you hear them? It's so satisfying, Joe. Listen.
Oh. Am I right in thinking then you normally have to have a separate pair to do these sorts of jobs?
You are absolutely 100% correct. And look what I'm doing here. I'm cutting denim now. I would cut quilting cotton, dressmaking cotton, leather. I would cut ribbon. Look, it just slices through. And then I'll go straight back to my paper. And it works just as well. Now, I told our soft craft demonstrators when I was selling them about these scissors that you could do your paper craft and go straight to your soft craft, and that these scissors would not be compromised, that they wouldn't be dulled, that they wouldn't be blunted, that you would still get the precise cutting on your fabric. This is wood, look. I'm cutting wood.
Wow.
Wood veneer. Look how precise that is. Could you be any more impressed with that? Straight onto my paper and card. Amazing. Back onto my denim. Fantastic. No dulling or compromising in the cutting. So your one pair of scissors now can do soft craft and paper craft for you, and you can go interchangeably through all the materials. Now, wonderful. If Angela Harkness is watching, if our fabulous, I'm forgetting your name. Oh, it'll come back to me in a minute. Do you know what? I know your name. It's just left me for a second. The other lady with the lovely blonde hair makes the Imogen quilts, and our Bernie. I convinced all of them to convert to these scissors, and they went away going, okay, your scissors look great, we will. And then I seen them about 3 months later and they were like, oh, Leann, your scissors. I use them on paper, I use them on this, I use them on this, I open plastic packaging with them, I do that. And then I cut my fabric, and the fabric isn't frayed or doesn't look like somebody's getting it with a razor on the end. It looks absolutely gorgeous. They're still working, they're still precise. That is why these scissors are the best scissors for you to have in your stash.
Loads of you love these for good reason as well, and it's not often we'll bring you a discount on core product like this, so usually we just carry it on our website the whole time at full price, so it's great that we've got you a discount on it. Paula says she has the 2 smaller pairs, so the 9 inches are definitely on her list. Well, maybe today is the day. Gwen loves the snips of fussy cutting. Butch is saying that these are great. Her husband has absconded with hers to his workshop. So I've just treated myself to a new pair, but I'll tie ribbon on them as well, so she knows that they're hers. Maxine's got all 3 pairs. Leann is saying she just loves that snipping sound. There is something quite comforting, isn't there, about that snipping sound. And Maxine says she's even cut thin wire with hers, and they are still perfect, which is great. Get those in your basket. They are a real hero tool. It's why they're this week's hero tool. Remember, any crafty questions that you've got, just ask Joe, or we could rename it if you want. Leann's Crafty Clinic, maybe. I'll be monitoring the feed over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. Hello to all of you watching in the US, in the UK, across Europe, and a special hello to those of you that are watching on the Creative Crafts Facebook page as well. We're simulcasting to that page, so a lot of you may be seeing us for the first time. Hello and welcome. Whilst Facebook is the best place to join the conversation, if you want to watch and shop at the same time and place an order at any point, then you need to do that over on our website. So it's crafterscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk if you're here in the UK.com if you are in the US, or .eu if you're anywhere else in Europe. Let's jump right in and show you some of the fabulous stuff that is coming up in this show today. So this here is the Gemini Word Edgeable Starter Kit. In here you're going to get the embossing folder, you're going to get 2 stamp and die sets, you get the cardstock, you're getting the acetate in there as well, and you're getting a tape pen. So you're getting everything that you need within there to create something fabulous. We'll show you through that as we go a little further into the show. Now, if you love this concept of the edgeables and you've seen them before, you want to dive right in and get yourself a more comprehensive collection, then absolutely you can. So in here, you're going to get Cute, Dream, Party, Hope, Live, Thanks, and also Thinking. Now, if you bought these separately, they should be $34.93. So that price today of £20 or $30 is over 40% saving. So definitely snap those up whilst we have them. If you need more inspiration as well about the edgeables, last Wednesday, Sarah did a 2-hour masterclass on the edgeables, giving you lots of the techniques that you need to use those. So do go back on the Crafters TV page and watch those back. Now, the floral and foil is not an easy construction of sentence for me. I don't know why. I'm from Essex and I can't do double Fs. The foiled floral card project kit. That could be a career ender if you get that one wrong. In here you've got the foil itself, you've got the stamp, 10 sheets of the baby blue cardstock, stamp and die, which is for a special friend, that permanent tape pen, and the real hero of this is of course that foil stamp die Elements Royal Damask background. The foil stamp itself should be $29.99. So to get the whole of that for £38 or $54 is a real bargain. Classics. Now, we showed you these briefly last night during launch party and they were so busy. We didn't really get a chance to demonstrate them properly this morning, so we've popped them on this show for you. Whilst we've got Leann here, now you can get the whole comprehensive collection by going for this here, so £80 or $120. If you want to, you can get them also. If you want to go for individuals, buy one, get one half price if you go over to the website. So we'll see those in a lot more detail. I am really keen to learn what we're going to be able to do with those. Now, I want to share with you the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint card creating collection that we've got for you. And this is a really comprehensive kit that's been put together in order for you to kind of try something new, which is what we want you to do. So maybe you've never had the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tints before. You've got these in the kit. So within the kit, you're going to get the perfect pastel within here. And you've got the Moonstone, the Cosmos, and you've got the rose quartz there as well. So you're going to get those included. You're also going to get the spritz bottles included. So if you want to pop them into there, you can water them back, use them that for a lot of different techniques that you might want to use. So that is included there for you as well. You've then got also the kaleidoscope of butterflies die right here. So this is fantastic because what you've got is 3 butterflies in ascending size. You love the butterflies, of course, and then what you can do is you can actually layer these up. Now the great thing about this butterfly die is this one's been stuck down. I'm going to unstick it. Oh, I'm going rogue. If I pull this wing off, I'll be in all sorts of trouble. But what you can actually do is you can lift these up, which is fantastic. So it means that you get loads of texture. If you do want to lift them up, what you can do, leave them down and actually mount them up on top of each other. I think about cutting them from a whole host of different things. They'd look lovely cut from something like vellum or parchment as well. Loads that you're going to be able to do with that. That's not where it ends though, of course. You're then also going to get the Scent with Love die, that's coming included for you. And you've then got the watercolour cardstock and you've got the heat resistant acetate as well. So you're getting all of that. In the UK it's £30, it's $43 in the US, so it really is fantastic. Now I'm going to hand you over to Leann because she is going to guide us into the wonderful world of Aqua Tint.
I'm so excited about this. I adore Aqua Tint backgrounds. They're so easy to do and really, really impactful. And you can create lots of different cards and lots of different styles using the same technique. Now, the kit that you've got here has 3 fabulous colours in. You've got that amazing, oh, I need my, Joe, I might need you to help me out with the colour. I need my glasses on. There's a blue, a pink and a peach, basically.
Moonstone,
and
Cosmos. Rose Quartz.
Oh, Moonstone, Cosmos and Rose Quartz. Hello. That sounds fantastic, doesn't it? Sounds like some jewels that I want to wear or drip myself in.
Or some gins.
Or some gins, yes, it would be amazing. Gins or jewels, I don't mind. It begins with G, so that's good. That's good in my book. I'm going to make 2 different cards, and I want to show you how the elements in this kit will make 2 cards that are different but using the same technique. So what I've prepared here are 2 small pieces of watercolour card, and we're just going to prime these by getting them wet. So there's a couple of ways you can do that. You can use the spritzers that come in the kit, and just with plain water give them a good spritz so that the card is starting to be moist, and that means it's ready to receive anything that we put on top of it, and it'll move around. Have your heat gun ready as well. So I'm just going to grab my heat gun actually so that I've got it here, because the last time I did this live on air I pulled it out of the socket. Here it is, I've got it, it's working, marvellous. So they've started to be primed lovely, and what you can do if you think you've got too much water is just give it a little dab. There we go, so the little dab goes down. Now, in your kit, you also get these 3 fabulous little pipettes, which come in as well. So you can see those there. There you go. 3 little pipettes come in with your inks. I'm going to move this down so you can see what I'm doing with my pots of ink here. That was dangerous. I picked it up in the middle. It's floppy. The 2 full pots nearly went like that. Whew, that would have been a tragedy, wouldn't it? And I'm going to keep it still, flat, with my brush handle for now. So let's start with this lovely peachy colour. I've got my damp card. I'm just getting some of the ink into my pipette, and then I'm splodging it on. Splodging being a technical term. What's a technical term, Joe? Do you know? Do you think it's the same as a technical term?
I think it might be similar.
Do you reckon? I think so too.
Maybe after a few sherries.
Maybe after a few sherries, you're right. So you see it all starts to move round. Let it do its thing. Then I'm going to take my pink colour. I'm going to drop this on too. Let it do its thing. And you'll see what happens is the colours mix together beautifully. So you've got those lovely hot colours in here which do work together really well. Don't worry about the little bubbles. You can burst them or they'll dry out, and you'll get some lovely patination from them when you get your heat tool on there. If you feel you need a little bit more water, just bring your spritzer back in, give it a little spritz, and they'll all start to move around some more. You can decide whether you want to go completely over the top with it or whether you want to keep it understated. It's up to you. So I'm going to take a little bit of blue in here because this is a lovely pastel blue. And look, this matches in beautifully in the collection as well. And where the blue meets the pink, it will make a lovely purple, and they'll all start to move together and wiggle around on the page, for want of a better word. Now, you can leave it to do its thing, or you can swizz it around like this if that's what you want to do, and you see that starts to give it more of a painterly watercoloured feel because it all starts to move around. You can help it along with your brush if you want. If you want it to come to the ends, then you can do that, and you can just do little dabs and that'll bring it all to the end if that's what you want to do, or you can just leave it alone. And if you think you need some more of another colour in there, actually I'm thinking I want a bit more bright pink, then you can bring a little bit more of your other colours in. And the peach, the lovely Cosmos, I like that. I like that orange. That's really nice too. So I'm good with that, and we're going to dry it. So this is one style of background we could do, just dropping it on. Have you tried this before, Joe?
No, I haven't tried it with these inks, but I have tried it with the sparkle pens.
Right.
Debbie Robinson, she kind of made me do it actually. We presented the show together on Create and Craft, and she just sort of thrust these pens in my hand and some watercolour cards, and off I went. And I must say, I made a beautiful background, and we stamped a unicorn on the front of it. Doesn't sound very me, does it?
No, exactly. Not you at all. Rainbow colours, a unicorn.
Definitely.
No.
Not me. Trish is saying these are definitely on her wish list. These inks. Jan is saying hi. Karen's here, I can see. Donna, Maxine, Janice is here in Florida as well. Robbie's here in Alabama. So there's loads of you watching along with us this afternoon. Please let me know what you're up to. If you haven't got anything you need a hand with, we're here to help, obviously. then let us know what you're working on at the moment. What's on your craft table? I know so many of you got so much extra time on your hands. I've just taken delivery here at HQ of a load of rainbow yarn. So tonight I'm going to start trying to crochet some rainbow window hangings. Let me know in the comments what you're working on. What's on your hook or on your craft table at the moment, Leann?
Okay, now what we're going to do is do our next type of background. So you can see I've done that fabulous splodgy one, which I'm really loving. That's great. Now we're going to do one with just some lovely blended stripes. So again, I've got a little bit of moistening, so a little spritz with my spritzer, and then I'm going to take a large brush and I'm just damping it down so it'll accept the ink lovely, and then I'm just dipping it in to that lovely peachy colour, and I'm going to do a nice soft watercolour stripe on my background here. And I think I'm just going to do 2 colours because I quite like that. I quite like the idea of that. So I'm doing my watercolour stripe, clean off my brush. I've got that lovely peach colour, and I'm just going to do that so I don't get any lines. That's a good tip actually, to stop your colour stopping in a splodge in the middle where you pick up your brush like that. If you take your brush from beginning to end to end on the card, that's how you get a lovely smooth blend. I know it took me a few goes before I realised that's what I was doing. I'm then going to pick up my lovely pink, and I'm going to bring the pink on here and do the same thing and just work that into this lovely blend here. And then what I'll do is pick up a little bit more of the peach and work that alongside. And then what that does is take out the horrible join in between, and it gives you that lovely kind of sunset feel to it, which just looks lovely, doesn't it? And I really like that peach and pink together. I think it looks glorious. And you can keep drying it and adding a little bit more. It won't get too much darker than the colour you see, because these Aqua Tint inks are exactly as they say at Tint. So it's a liquid dye-based watercolour, which means it is translucent, and you are putting it onto a white cardstock, so you would get a very pastel, beautiful, subtle result as I've got here. And I really, really do love that. I think it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? The same result with the blue and the pink gives you a lovely transition of a purple in the middle. And actually, I've got a bit of watercolour card there. I'll show you that. I think it'll be nice for you to see that one working together, so you can see what that looks like.
Ice lolly that you do in the summer, if you were like on holiday in like Sicily or somewhere like that, you know, like a delicious ice cream maybe.
It would look lovely, wouldn't it? I tell you what it reminds me of. You remember those fruit salad sweets?
Yes.
Yes, it reminds me of those sweets. I do love those. I used to get bags of those when I was little. Fruit salads and blackjacks.
Oh, now that I have my fillings out.
I know, me too. Yeah, I couldn't eat them now. No, when I had all of my own teeth with no fillings in. Yes, that was definitely the best way. Now on this dry one here now, because I just want a nice subtle where the white is, and it's nice and dry, but I don't want to mess around with it too much. I've just got my brush damp, and I've got a little bit of the ink, just a tiny bit, and then look what I do. I just drag that along, and what it does for me is it just takes the intensity, doesn't mess with the pattern that I built up because I let it dry, but it just takes away the intensity of the white pieces and gives it more of an all over background feel. Can you see that? Because sometimes what you need to do is just stop, otherwise you lose the definition between the lumps of colour, lumps being a technical term, and then the white is a little bit too intense. So what I like to do is let it dry, and then just with a tiny bit and some water, go back over it. It fills in those white areas, and now it looks like a more complete designed, intentional watercolour background, if you can see that there. And then you would dry this again. So I'm hoping that these techniques are interesting and useful for you. And I'm hoping that you're finding them. If you've got any questions, do let our Joe know and he'll ask me. And if I can show you, then I'll show you as part of what we're doing here. But the elements that you've got in this kit are fantastic for doing all of these different types of techniques. Just quickly, before I finish making a card, I want to show you what it would look like with the fabulous pink and blue together. Now, guys, I know I like to waffle on forever, so you'll have to tell me what am I like for time? Do you need me to hurry up?
You've got all the time in the world. Don't you worry about that.
Okay,
we'll
that's
stay
great.
here till 9 o'clock tonight if we need to.
Woo! You know what I'm like, Joe. I like to talk, so don't be telling us I can do that. Otherwise, I'll be like, have you all here. That's all right then. So I'm just dragging the pink on now. So you see, I'm doing exactly here as I did before with the peach and the pink, which is one of my all-time favourite. I want some yarn in that colour, Joe.
We could. We
need to dye our own yarn, Joe.
Could we do it with these inks?
Yes, I think you could. Joe, I'm going to research that.
Well, let's just buy some regular yarn.
Well,
you can buy just
wool.
white.
It can't be acrylic.
Yeah, wool. So you can buy it undyed, can't you?
Yes.
And then, but have you seen it when they dye it and then they sort of cook it as well a bit?
Yeah, you steam it.
Like in a is it? Why do you steam it? I didn't know you got that. It
sets the dyes in the fibres.
Ah,
so it doesn't rinse out.
Oh,
Joe, we should do it.
Can you imagine? What are we going to make out of it though afterwards?
Well, I would make you a bobble hat.
Fabulous.
Well, now I could have a matching scarf.
I can do you like I'm quite good at, you know, the infinity scarf. I'm quite good at those.
Oh, right. You make me an infinity scarf. I'll make you a bobble hat.
Fabulous.
We can go out shopping in town together.
Can you imagine?
Matching.
We'll be like the Posh and Becks of Durham.
Do you know what we need? We need leg warmers.
Yes.
We need leg warmers, Joe.
Yes,
in
we
these
do.
colours, and we'll look. Me with my scarf and my leg warmers. You with your bobble hat and your leg warmers into town shopping. It would look
Durham
immense.
is not going to know what to fit.
It really isn't. Now here we go. So I just wanted to show you how these other two colours went together, and the two different looks that you get. So you've got three colours, but look, you've got that lovely blue through to a violet through to a pink. And then you've got your lovely peach through to a more salmon into a pink. They look absolutely glorious, don't they? So they're the colours you're going to be able to get using those three fabulous Aqua Tint inks there. Now, the two backgrounds I've got, just to show you the different types of cards you could make with these, is using some fabulous dies that we've got. So I've got butterflies already cut out here, and then I'm going to cut some more because I want to show you how easy these are to cut out and how beautiful the results are. And notice all the time when I'm cutting my card to size, I'm using my Hero product and how effortless and easy they are. They are the best scissors in the history of the world ever. So I'm just going to cut two of the butterflies that come in that collection for you, popping them through my Junior. These butterflies from the Vintage Lace collection, I believe were like hen's teeth. I think they're sold out. I think they were just gone. You couldn't find them anywhere. And now we've got them in this bundle. And these are the butterflies that I have and use at home all of the time. They're absolutely exquisite in their detail. Oh, it slipped. Do you know what? It helps if you take your time, doesn't it, Joe? What did I say? More haste, less speed?
What? Is it more haste, less speed? Is it more speed, less haste? I don't know.
More haste, less speed. That's exactly what I've got.
I mean, the fact that I don't really know what the saying is would probably give you a good indication that I'm not very good at following it, I guess.
So maybe more haste, less speed, I think means, look, if you rush, you're going to make a mistake.
Yeah,
just take your time.
Methodical.
Take your time to start with, and then you won't have to do it twice, as I've just had to do.
Do you read instructions, Leann?
I do.
Oh, I don't. I'm the worst for that.
Oh, my husband is a nightmare. Honestly. So do you know that Swedish shop where we get our furniture?
Where you get the meatballs at the end?
And you get the meatballs
in
at the
the
end.
US, do you have
and
that
the Dime
one?
Bar cheesecake.
Oh.
With the loganberry jam on your meatballs. That place.
Oh, yeah.
When
is there one near here?
Yes, there is one very near
Oh,
here.
we need to go. Those meatballs are just delicious.
I love the meatballs. Now, when we get furniture from there and we bring it home and it needs putting together, my husband rushes straight in, whips it out the box and then sees what fits, right? He just starts putting things together in a completely random fashion, just winging it. And I'm like, stop it! Step away from the box. We are following the directions. I can't find my pokey tool. This is why I'm banging it on the desk, because I just couldn't find my pokey tool before. See if the tweezers will work. I've lost my pokey tool, which isn't good. Right, there we go. That's going to help, I think. Let's get this out here. Here we go. There we are. There we are. That's what I needed to do. And then we'll just poke all the little pieces out. You could emboss it as well if you want to, but I'm not going to. Would help if I had my pokey tool. Never mind. He rushes straight in, and oh, that one hasn't worked. I'm just going to use the big one. That one didn't work. My fault, because I let it slide off the card. Again, more haste, less speed.
There is the Swedish flat pack furniture store is in several states apparently in the US.
Is it?
Yeah.
Now
the thing is though, if you go, I spend a lot of time in Sweden. I've got a lot of friends in Sweden, and yeah, no one's really into that shop in Sweden. Oddly,
are they not?
No.
Why is that?
Yeah.
Really?
And you know the very Swedish brand of flavoured fruit cider that we have in the UK.
Yes.
Which brands itself as Swedish. They don't have that in Sweden.
They don't?
No, it is
What's
from
that?
Sweden, but it's not popular there.
Well, that's
How
very
strange is
bizarre.
that? I know, blew my tiny
Very
mind.
bizarre. Oh my word. Right, so I've got my two backgrounds, and I've got also, I like to use my watercoloured card to fold a card base. You might think that's a little bit extravagant, and it can be, but oh my word, it makes the most beautiful, crisp, textured, exquisite, expensive feeling card bases. So I folded my card base out of the watercolour card that comes in your kit, and then I've just nabbed a piece of matte silver mirror card from my stash, but you could use anything that you've got at home just to put a little matte and layer on there. I'm then going to put on top of that this lovely background that I've just made. And I liked the silver matte mirror for that, because some of these colours that I've put together from this Aqua Tint set are bringing out kind of like a lovely muted grey colour in with them as well as those lovely pops of colour. So I thought it went together very well. So there we go, I've done that background. Now you've also got some fabulous acetate in this kit. So I want to make a lovely acetate overlay on this card, which means I'm going to put a strip of my tape pen along the back of the card there, and then I'm bringing the overlay of the same size folded in half over, gluing that at the back. So I've got my lovely acetate overlay on there. There we go. You can see, oh, there we are. I'll show you that way. There you go. Here we are. So you can see that there. And then what we're going to do is pop a butterfly on, but pop a sentiment on as well. Now for the sentiment, I think I'm going to use should we go with a nice blue?
The droppers that you're using there, Leann.
The what, sorry?
The droppers.
The droppers, yes, love.
The
pipettes.
Where can we find those?
They come in with the kit.
Oh, they come included?
Oh, they come in with your bottles, Joe. You
fabulous.
get 3 of them little bad boys.
Because people are asking questions about those. So it's great to know that they're included. You'll get those. No, they're included.
Fabulous. They come in. We give you them in with the kit. Isn't that great?
That's really great.
Right, I've got this lovely save the date. Oh, send with love, I beg your pardon, save the date. I've got weddings on the mind, I don't know why. Sent with love sentiment included in here. So I'm running this through in a lovely shiny blue mirror, because I think that'll stand out nice on there. So let's see if that's cut out. Yes, it has. So we've got scent, love. There we go.
Nice that it cuts them out separately for you.
It does,
Leann,
so
well.
you
So
can
if you want to use them
arrange them.
separate.
Yes, you can arrange them however you want. It's entirely up to you. Now we could leave it like that if we wanted to. Just leave it sent with love as it is and arrange it wherever you want on here, and that stands out really nicely, doesn't it?
That's gorgeous on that
we've
background.
Also got, it looks lovely with the background, doesn't it? It stands out because the blue goes in with the bits of blue that we did in the violet. Or we've got this lovely matte and layer frame we can use, and we could do a little bit of shiny. Should we do a bit of shiny?
Shiny. Let's.
Oh, I see. You can even
Have you seen the film Moana? I can't even say
Moana.
it. Moana. Have you seen it?
I have seen it.
I like the shiny. Reminds me of the crab in Moana.
Oh,
you know the song
yes,
that sings the song.
Fantastic. I love Moana.
Yeah, I love that.
It's fab, isn't it? Do you know what? Ever since my son left home, since he stopped watching Disney movies.
Oh no, you're never too old to stop watching
my
Disney
husband
movies.
and I continue to watch the Disney movies because we just love them.
Fair. I think so. I don't think you're ever too old for Disney.
No.
I'd like to rewatch them all again. I think from the very start.
What was your favourite?
Go through them. Oh, I really liked Into the Woods, the new one, which was Disney, but very new Disney, but classic Disney. I used to watch Pinocchio as a child every day when I was about 3 years old, and apparently I used to cry at it every day. Why would you? Well, my mum still played it to me. That sounds a bit menacing, but I do love that one. I do love Snow White as well, I must say.
Oh, mine, Joe.
Yeah.
Fox and the Hound.
Oh.
Love the Fox and the Hound. Peter Pan.
That's a great one.
Robin Hood.
Yeah. All solid ones there.
Yeah.
I love Panto as well, so I love that because a lot of the Disney ones are original fairy tales, aren't they? I don't think you have Panto in the US. Well, hopefully, as we get closer to Christmas, maybe we'll explain to you the magic and the concept of Panto here in the UK, because it's like nothing you've ever heard or seen before. I'm just going to have to leave it there. Do a bit of Googling if you want to. Getting very busy, I must say, for this collection here as well. £30 in the UK gets you all of it, or $43. There's loads in here, so do snap it up whilst it's in stock.
Now, I've had an idea, Joe. It's dangerous, I know, but I've had an idea.
Are you crafting on the hoof?
I am crafting on the hoof, but that's not the idea I've had. The idea I've had is, how about we devise and create a crafter's panto?
Oh.
How about we actually go live with a pantomime?
Well, do you know what?
In the winter.
I hate to say, I think the idea may have been formulated, and I think you may have just dropped a massive spoiler, Leann.
Oh my God, have I?
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that.
We had you earmarked to be the fairy godmother.
Oh. Is that because I'm matronly and round? Why am I not Cinderella?
Well, we thought Sarah might be Cinderella, but
well, do you know, it's better than being one of the ugly sisters.
Yeah, I thought I'd be the Dane, obviously.
Fairy godmother suits me fine. I think I'd suit a mop hat, don't you?
Yeah, I think just with a tiara and what's the thing called you wave? Magic wands, that's it. I think you look great. Rather than a magic wand, maybe you could have a heat tool though.
Oh dear. Right, I've painted my butterfly to match. And then I'm just going to stick that on the front there. There we go. I cut that from watercolour card 2, which comes in your kit. And there we go. We've got an overlay with it. Now, I've got the other background to show you another way to use that, and we might have some time later to show you that at the end of this couple of hours that we've got, Joe.
Wonderful. Okay, let me just give you a really quick recap of what you're getting included, because you are getting lots in here, don't forget. You're getting, of course, the Aqua tints. Now, you're going to get these, and these are great. This is the perfect pastels that you're getting here in this collection. I'll just show you what that looks like. So this is what you're going to be getting. Within the perfect pastels, you get the Moonstone and the Cosmos and the Rose Quartz. You're also going to get the kaleidoscope butterflies. I didn't realise till the other day that kaleidoscope is the collective word for a group of butterflies. Every day's a school day. So you've got that there. You're then going to get the spritz bottles included, and then you're going to get the watercolour cardstock, the heat-resistant acetate, and also that Scent with Love dye that you saw Leann using there. So it's great that you get all of that included. So £30 if you're in the UK, $43 if you're in the US. Now, I want to extend a big, massive welcome to all of our viewers that are watching us on the Creative Craft Show's Facebook page at the moment. So we're simulcasting this show, which is a fancy broadcast term for playing it out in 2 places at the same time. I know, fancy big words, eh? If you are watching us for the first time on the Creative Craft Show Facebook page, now there is a discount code that you can avail of, and it's CC20. It will give you a 20% discount on your first purchase. So do make sure you take advantage of that. Of course, Facebook is always the best way to join the conversation. I am monitoring the conversation on the Crafters TV Facebook page, but if you want to watch and shop at the same time, then here's how. Hi, I'm Joe from Crafters TV, and I'm here to show you how you can grab the best deals and shop whilst you watch during our shows. So the best way to watch us is always on Crafters TV. Head on over to our homepage and go to Crafters TV. You can see all of our shows, offers, and even shop while you watch. Now if you want to get involved and comment along, head over to our Facebook page. Come say hello, ask us some questions, and lol with us. or you can watch us on YouTube. Simply head to our Crafters Companion YouTube channel. Got a smart TV? You can even AirPlay directly onto your big screen. We're constantly adding new and exciting shows to our schedule, so don't forget to check in. It's never been easier to have us in your living room. It's always fun here at Crafters TV, so come join us as we create every day. And don't forget, of course, Creative Cravings is all about you trying something new. So whether you're trying a craft for the new time, we'll cut a bit afterwards. Whether you're trying a craft for the first time or you're new to crafting, because I think at the moment, with us all having so much more time on our hands, so many people are getting into crafting. So this show, Creative Cravings, is put together to give you a really sort of comprehensive collection of products that you can create a project with. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, oh, hang on, yes, I love that last demonstration that Leann did, but once I get these products home, I'm not going to remember how to do that. Well, we've got you covered there, because every single show that we produce and bring to you here at Crafters TV, it lives on the Crafters Companion website under Crafters TV. So you can go back and watch a whole library of shows with different hints and tips and inspiration. All the deals are live for about 48 hours, but all of the hints and inspiration is still there and it lives forever. So you've always got somewhere to go, which is great. Any questions that you've got in the show, get them into me over on the Crafters TV Facebook page. Now, I want to share something else with you. Another lovely starter kit that we've got for you. It's the Gemini Word Edgeables. Now, edgeables are always so incredibly popular, and the great thing is about them is their versatility, the amount of different things that you can do with them. If you're not familiar with edgeables, you haven't really taken the plunge and used them, and you want loads of inspiration, a 2-hour show in fact of Sarah using the edgeables. Last Wednesday morning there was a masterclass on how to use them as well, so keep your eyes peeled, get all of this wonderful inspiration from Leann, but also know that you can go back and watch that show last week. So you're going to get 2 of the edgeable dies in here. Leann will talk us through some of the different ways you can use them, but what they do is they cut into your cardstock and give you this lettering or wording that's over the edge. So you can do it into an aperture, you can do it over the top of your card, you can do it within the card. There's lots of different ways of using it. So you're going to get hello, you're also going to get dream as well. So again, you'll see that this has been cut into that cardstock, which is fabulous. Now, as well as that, we're going to give you another die with some stamps as well. So you're going to get this one here, which is friend. And then within friend, you're also going to get all of these stamps that go around. So you've got for a special, thanks for being my, there's loads of different ways for you. So this is about you customizing your own sentiment to go with that lovely friend die that you've got in the center of there. Loads in this one, I must say as well. For £20, it's quite unbelievable. With the cardstock I'm going to show you should be £12.99 on its own. So great value here. You've then got an embossing folder. So you've got this lovely love heart embossing folder. I love that it's all about sort of friendship and love and caring, this collection. So you've got that included. You've also got as well the wonderful Carnival luxury cardstock. This was out of stock for a while. It's the glitter. You're going to get the mirror and the matte mirror. And I think the reason these are so good is because if you are new, you know that you've got 3 different textures there, all in the same color tone. So you know when you're matting and layering, or when you're putting something onto something, these definitely 100% work together. You're also going to get as well the platinum cardstock included there too. So you get all of that. £20. It doesn't strike me as being right. I don't know why. It just feels like an awful lot of stuff in there. For £20. Also, do you know what you're getting as well? You're also getting, it is right, isn't it? Yeah, you're also getting a tape pen as well. Our tape pens, if you've not used these before, these are permanent tape pens. Can you just show me that face again that you just made when I told you it was £20? So that's right. I'm just going to go through everything that you get again, because I mean, it is quite unbelievable. You're going to get 2 of the edgeables, Dream, and you're going to get Hello as well. So they are in there. Actually, I believe Dream Hello. Let's show you on the still. I don't think you're getting 2 of the edgeables. I think you are only getting Dream, and you're not getting Hello. So that's my bad. I mean, even now, still then, I mean, that's a pretty amazing collection. You're getting 1 of the edgeables, you're getting the embossing folder, you're getting the die and stamps, 2, well, it's a luxury pack of cardstock, so 30 sheets. You've also got 10 sheets of the Century of Pearl, and you've got a tape pen in there. I mean, you've got pretty much everything you need to create something fabulous. I will tell you as well, if you love the concept of the edgeables, I'm just going to grab them from here. You do also have another bundle of edgeables within here for you as well. And you can see them all on there. I'm not going to go through all of them, but you've got Cute here. You've also got Live as well. You're going to be able to create lots of these. Let's just show you a picture of all the ones that you've got there. So you've got Party, Birthday, Thanks, Live, Hope, Dream, and Cute. All within there as well. £20 or $30 gets you all of that. Again, if you are trying something for the first time, Leann, a great way to get into maybe you're a paper crafter and a die cutter anyway, but you haven't tried edgeables. What a great starting point this would be, knowing how comprehensive that kit is.
It's got a little bit of everything you need in there, and it is fantastic value for money. Certainly that luxury cardstock, the die set, your friend, I mean, really fabulous, really, really good value for money. I'm blown away by that. And I made a card before we came live. Oh, shall I show you up like this, or shall I show you like this? I will show you like this. Oh, it's like the hokey cokey. So let's show you up the other way, if I can. There, I'm going to move me glue. There, look, because you can see the hellos better. Now, I made it with hello, but you're getting Dream, aren't you, in the collection? And I've used my 2 hellos here. But it doesn't matter, because they all work in the same way. And so it doesn't matter what word you're using, you're going to be able to make this concept of cards. So you're just going to be able to see how to do it. Okay, so first things first, I've just got a half-fold piece of black card, and that can be A4 if you're in the UK, or US letter size if you're in the USA. Doesn't matter, as long as you've took your sheet and folded it into half. That's what I've done there. Then what I'm going to do is take my die, and this is where, head along to our website, this is where your crafter's ruler is your best friend, because it's going to help you line up exactly where your dies need to go. And you need a little piece of your repositionable tape as well. So I've got a little or a medium-sized piece, in fact, actually, of my repositionable tape there. And then I'm going to use my ruler. And what I'm doing with my ruler, you'll be able to see here, is I'm lining up. You see how you've got the grid lines on here? I'm lining up 3 squares down from my fold, which gives me a place to position my die. And then what I'm doing is, I'm going to turn that round actually this way, because I need it to be this way, 5 centimetres from the end. So if I'm on 20 centimetres there, so I'm 3 lines down, and I'm 20 there on the edge, I know if I line it up on the 15, I'm 5 centimetres from the edge. That could be inches for you in the USA, and it could be 5 centimetres is 2 inches. So it's 2.5 centimetres in an inch. So you would line it up 3/4 of an inch from the fold, and 2.5 inches from the end would be the measurements for our fabulous viewers in the USA. Then I'm taking my edgeable and I'm lining it up on the line of the 2 inches or the 5 centimetres, depending on how you're cutting it. And then I'm going to take my piece of repositionable tape and just pin that down so the ruler can move. And then I find better with this is just to commit, because if you try and go in and not move it, it will move, and then you'll have to do it all again. So just go for it, just go for it, and then it doesn't move. If you try and be gentle with it, you've got more chance of it moving. So that's in place. I'm then going to pop it onto my Gemini plates. So cutting down, I've got my 2 plates on my top plate, and I'm going to run it through. And the reason I'm using my Gemini there is because this is a larger concept card. If you were doing it as a smaller concept card, then of course you could use your Junior if that's what you wanted to do. But because I was doing a larger one, I needed my larger plates. So I've run that through. There we go. And I can move those plates over. I can move my repositionable tape, and I'm not worried if it does any ripping or tearing at the top here, because that's going to all get cut away. So I'm just getting my nail under this, peeling it away. There we go. The die came away with it. And then what we're going to do is take our ruler and our craft knife, and we're lining it up with where that H starts there, with where it was, we're lining that up, lining the ruler, making sure it lines up with the O down here, getting my ruler in the correct place, and then with my craft knife, from the score line down to the H cut, from the O, oops, moved, try not to move if you can, from the O down to the end, cut. I know why, it's because I'm cutting onto my Gemini plate and not onto my glass mat. That was naughty, wasn't it? Move the Gemini plate, Leann. And then what you do is you take your ruler again and you come to your score line, cut to the top. That was much easier on a glass mat rather than a Gemini plate. And you can see I've got that hello word cut beautifully on my card there. So then we repeat that on the other side to get the hello mirrored. So we take the same rule of thumb that we took when we lined it up before. So remember, I wanted to come in 5 centimetres and I was 3 grids down. So I bring my 3 grids down, bring that along to the 0 there. So that will be 5 or 2.5 inches for you in the USA. I'm turning my die the other way around. So it's saying hello in the opposite direction, making sure that the bottom line of that lines up with that 2 inches or 5 centimetres. My 3 grid down is helping me put it into the correct place. So it's getting it straight and it's getting it where it needs to be. I can, oh, see it moved when I move my ruler. So it's a case of do as I say, not as I do. Let's go back to the 3 lines I've got here. There we are. Back to my position. There. That's the position it needs to be in. Move the ruler. Get your repositionable tape and commit. So that's a quick, oh, see, and it moved. Ah, right, okay. Let's put the tape on there and try again, Leann. Oh, how we, now we see, this is good though, because if you do this at home, you know how to put it right. So I've got my tape on, line up the O, line up the line. So I'm eyeballing that line to where the 2 inches or the 5 centimetres is. Push, well, that was much easier, wasn't it? So there's a top tip. Put your tape on your die first and then just give it a rub down. So then we're going to cut it again. So we'll pop that onto that plate facing down, pop all of our other plates on top of that sandwich, and then run it back through the Gemini machine. And that's going to cut hello in the opposite direction on the other side of the edgeable card. So let's just run that through.
I can't find my horn.
Look,
I found my sweatband.
if you wonder what I was laughing at, Joe's lost his horn.
I've found my sweatband, but I've lost the horn.
And that's for when we do 5 and 5.
Yeah. I had the horn for Bernie last week, but can't find it now.
Well, I think you should keep that to yourself, Joe. I'm not sure we need to share that with the viewers. And I think Bernie might be a bit embarrassed. Just saying. Oh. So there we go. I've done exactly the same on the other side and moving that there, and then we're going to cut it. When I've done this card, Joe, and you're showing everybody the deal, I'll have a look round for your horn for you.
Fabulous. I did have the horn on that side of the studio.
Over this side of the studio. It might be under my table.
Might be
Who
under
knows?
the desk there somewhere.
We'll have a little rummage for it.
Thank you.
But if not, we'll practice horn noises. Okay. Ourselves, and then we could always do that, couldn't we? And then all of our lovely crafty viewers could vote for who makes the best horn noise, couldn't they? Yeah, we could.
Sounds great.
I think it sounds amazing. Right, so see, I'm cutting this out exactly as I did before. There we go. And that comes away very easily, much better when you cut on your glass mat rather than on your Gemini plate. So much easier. And you can see there then, we've got our hello mirrored on either side. And because I used my ruler with that strategy for coming the 5 centimetres or 2 inches in and the 3 little grids down and taping it, look how beautifully symmetrical I've got them, saying hello that way and hello that way for an edgeable card. So that's how you would do that for the front. I've got some pieces already cut, but then we're also going to do some cutting and some matting and layering. And I want to talk to you, take the opportunity to talk to you about the right glue with your luxury card packs. And then you're going to want to rush off to the website and get the right glues. Because very often, a lot of people do get a little bit confused about which is the right glue for the job when it comes to your luxury cardstocks. Right, so what I've got here to start with is a piece of matte mirror card, and I'm going to do a nice matte for the front of here. So I've got my guillotine.
I found it!
I nearly fell off my step.
Found it!
Oh my God, I nearly fell off my step.
Sorry.
I need to lie down. He's found his horn. Thank God he's found it. Hang on, I need a minute.
Oh, sorry, Leann, didn't we startle you?
Oh, startless. I nearly ended up in next week. And you haven't seen what's on the floor down here. Oh. I'm all right. Okay, we're back to where we need to be. Now what I'm going to do, I can't breathe, is measure the width of my aperture here. I'm all discombobulated. Thank you for that, Joe. I'm so pleased he's found his horn. I thought I'd hit it really well. Drat, I'll hide it better next time. So you see here, this is 11 centimetres and 15 centimetres long. So I'm going to take my, what's that word? I can't even think of the word of things now. My guillotine. I'm taking my guillotine. Oh, here's my piece of card
Helen
here.
said in the comments he's found it. What a shame.
Fantastic, it is a shame.
Sorry,
you're right. And that was 11 centimetres there. So I'm going to cut this down to 10 centimetres here. And it was 15 centimetres. So I'm going to cut that at 14, which will give me the same, which will give me a nice little border around it. I'll show you that in a second. And then I'm going to cut a piece of black cardstock, not from my card, that would be a tragedy, for the middle. And let's do that. So we went out at 10, so let's go 8, because we want to see a nice, actually let's go 8.5. I like the idea of 8.5. Let's do that there. So we're going to go 8.5 by, how long was that again, Joe? I'm forgetting, honestly. That was 14, wasn't it? So now it needs to be 13, I think. Yes. So that's going to go there. There we are. That's there, see? And that fits lovely. I'll just show you. So that fits lovely with my matte mirror and my black cardstock in the centre. And then what I'm going to do is cut a little piece of this grey Centura, which comes in with the collection for you. And I'm going to use that with my Gemini Mini. So this one was, I have to keep reminding myself, I need to write these down. That was 5. So I'm going to come down to 5 1/4 on that, 4 3/4 on that. And it was 3.5 before, so I'm going to make it 3. So there's a piece of cardstock there. That goes lovely with my black piece there, you can see. And I've got my little folder with all the lovely love hearts on. That comes in the collection. So I'm just going to line up my folder there. There we go, on my cardstock. I want a little border down the side so you can see it's sticking out at either end, which is fine. And then I'm going to take my little shim for my mini, which I need when I'm using a 2D folder. Bring my mini in, and then we're going to run this through just quickly. So when you're doing little folders and little bits of embossing, that's why I like to have the Gemini Mini on my desk just at hand all the time, Joe, because it's really, really quick and easy to pull that together, as you can see there.
Can I give a little plug to something that's happening tomorrow?
Of course you can.
We are launching Easter tomorrow, and it's launching with a Sarah cartload at, well, 11 a.m. in the morning. We'll be here for a preview if you're in the UK, so 6 a.m. on the East Coast. And then also in the evening, it'll be here for the main event, of course, 7 p.m. or 2 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. And it's the big one that we do every month, the ones that's got all the mystery bags on it, the one that's got all the dye bags on it. And also there's something really, really special happening. Club Inspire. So you're going to make sure you're tuning in for the preview first thing in the morning tomorrow. And also, I was saying that because the mini is on with a free bag tomorrow. I was just looking at the poll for that.
So tune in tomorrow then and get your mini, because the mini, I mean, if you got this bundle with a little folder, but if you just got your little folders, or your sentiments, that friend sentiment that's in that bundle also goes through the mini. You'll see me do that in a set. It's just fabulous, really, it is. Just a wonderful little machine. I've got it on my desktop constantly for all of my quick jobs where I don't want to get the big one out. Big one's great for concepts, but you know. So I just wanted to tell you what I've done here. This is a piece of mirror card from that lovely lovely pink luxury collection. The glue that I've used on the back of my mirror card to glue this is my Collal All-Purpose. The reason I can use Collal All-Purpose with my mirror card here is because it's on the back to stick the mirror card to a non-coated cardstock. Okay, so Collal All-Purpose to stick mirror card or luxury glitter card down onto a surface which is not coated is perfect. Absolutely perfect. So to stick it down, that's what you want. However, when you come now to stick something else on top of your mirror card, you don't want to use your Collal All-Purpose because all it does is interfere with the coating on here because it's solvent onto a solvent that has glued the film on, so it won't work as well. That's when you change to your tacky glue. And I wanted to take the chance to tell you about this so you can top up on your glues and get your correct glues while you're doing this. So now you would change to your water-based tacky glue. And then when I've done that, what I like to do is just give it a little smooth out because with tacky glue, and you can do this with a sponge, a glue sponge. I just use a piece of washing up sponge at home, or you could do it with a spatula if you wanted to, or if you're like me and you don't mind, your finger will work just as well. Because when it goes down to less is more, as it is there, it grabs much more quickly. And the wet water-based glue is the perfect glue for sticking on top of your mirror cards. So that's what you need to pop into your collection. And you see there, it's grabbed down straight away on top of my mirror card, no problem at all. Now, because I'm putting on top of a piece of non-coated again, I can go back to my all-purpose. So this is why you need more than one glue for the job and why you need to alternate between the glues and in one project, because you need the right glue for sticking the right stuff down at any time. And because that was going onto the back of my glitter card there, it was fine to use the all-purpose onto the black cardstock. All right, so that's now starting to look gorgeous, isn't it there? And you've got that lovely contrast. I love pink and black. It's such a classic combination. So we're going to layer up the front here. How am I doing for time? Do I need to...
Yeah, you're all good for time.
Okay.
Kimberly was just asking, do the folders come with the mini, Leann, or do they have to be purchased separately?
Yes. No, so if you're just buying the mini machine on its own, it doesn't have a decorative folder in, but it has the cutting folders in for you. Yeah, no problem at all. It has one or two of those in.
Eileen saying that she screamed at the horn. Good job, her neighbour's hard of hearing. Linda says, I wish someone would take the horn home and maybe lose it there instead. Veronica's saying if travel was allowed, she would come and slap me.
Brilliant, thank you, darling. Thank you.
Susan said, who's hidden Joe's horn? Don't worry, I found it. And Beth's asking where my jumper is from this morning. Well, it was only Christmas for this morning because we were doing Christmas, so I have my Christmas jumper on, but now we're back to Easter.
Where's your rabbit head?
Sorry? I had a rabbit's head on earlier, a plush one, obviously. Yeah. Wearing a Christmas jumper, eating an Easter egg earlier. I was totally discombobulated. And then the sun came out. I don't know where I am, what time of the year it is.
I don't think any of us know where we are or what year it is, what day of the week it is. My husband and I had a 20-minute conversation about what day it was this morning where we disagreed. And then we had to ask Alexa to sort it out for us. We're like, Alexa, what day is it? And she was like, Wednesday. Oh dear. So I've got my friend. So I've done my matting and layering on the front there as well, my lovely little bit of embossing. Now I've got just a piece of black card with my friend sentiment in this kit, and I'm sending it through my Jimmy, I was going to call it there, which is a Gemini Mini. That's the new name, Jimmy, the Gemini Mini. And for that lady who just asked there, this cutting folder is the folder that comes in with it when you get it. The decorative embossing folders, you purchase your favourite designs separately.
Patty says she thinks my horn is fun. Gets lots of giggles just after the initial heart attack. Absolutely.
Dear, I got the fright of my life. Could you tell? Right, so then I've cooked.
Made your hair. Leann's hair was poker straight when we started this show. Honestly, and that's what's happened to it now.
And look at I look like the Mad Doctor off Back to the Future now. I'll be walking around going 1.21 gigawatts and everybody will be wondering what's going on. Anyway, so I've cut out my friend sentiment on my Jimmy, the Gemini Mini, and I'm going to stick that on the front here. So we've got Hello Friend. And I'm just using my dotty tape pen to get a little bit of tape pen where I need it, because it's the most efficient way for sticking down detailed dies like this permanently. Give that a little stick down in a black contrast card, and that's everything that comes in your kit. But you're going to make it, and yours will say dream up the side instead of hello. Dream, dream, dream. But there you go, just using the colours of card that come in the kit, doing that little concept there, just using that collal glue always wants to get in on the action. You know what I have to say now? It's not all about you, glue. Get out the way. It's all about the card. There you go.
Stuck gel nails back down with the tacky glue this morning just for our show. So yeah, a multitude of uses from manicures to luxury cardstock.
I've got 2 of these now, Joe. So after the show, what I'm going to do is put these on my Facebook page, and it's just Leann Chivers. And if you comment, then I'll pick somebody and we'll send you out a card. I'll pop to the post office with it.
Lovely. Make sure you get your comments in when Leann posts that. I've actually got one running on my Facebook at the moment as well to give away the So cushion that Sarah made in the Softer Side of Life show yesterday. If you didn't see that show, go back and watch it back on Crafty TV. All of the deals are still live. Lots of great deals on soft crafting products for you, which is fantastic. Now, I just want to give you a recap of some of the great stuff that you've already seen in the show tonight. We are getting very, very busy. The first one is what you've just seen there, the Gemini Word try that again. Gemini Word Edgeable Starter Kit. You've got the embossing folder, 2 stamp and die sets, cardstock. You've also got the tape pen in there as well. If you haven't tried the Crafter's Companion tape pens yet, you've not lived. They are stronger and longer than the ones you're used to finding out there on the high street. If you want to go for a larger collection of the edgeables, maybe you've used them before and you understand the concept and you decided that you really like them, you want to dive right in, this is a great deal here to get 7 of them for £20. Should be $34.93. Don't forget, not just the edgeable dies you get in there, you get the stamps included too, which you're going to be able to use with them. Now, remember where we started the show, the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint card creating collection. In here, you've got that watercolour card, you've got the heat resistant acetate, you've got the spritz bottles, the Scent with Love die, and the gorgeous butterfly kaleidoscope in there as well. And then you've also got the aqua tints themselves. So there's a lot of value in there. You've got over a quarter off of that. It should be $41.94 or $60.78. However, it's £30 or $43, so a great deal on that. Also, we've got the extra aqua tints available for you as well. You can go for any 2 of those for £20 or $25. Do have a look on the website for all the extra ones of those that we've got. Now, I want to show you the foiled floral card project kit that we've got on the show for you. So let's start with the foil press stamp die. So what you've got here, I love these large ones. These big A5 ones are so gorgeous. They're just they give it a real, I don't know, it reminds me of going to like a stately home, this beautiful design. It's the royal damask that you've got on the back of that one just there. Now we're also going to include for you the the baby blue cardstock is coming in this collection for you, as you can see just here. So you've got that one in there. You're also going to get the friend die that you just saw in the previous collection. That's also in here. So with the die cut element and all the stamps around it. So this might be a different configuration of you going for that. And then what you've also got, oh, and I've got a board for this, so I'm just going to grab it, is the rotating stamp. So have you seen, I thought, wrongly presumed that this was a layering stamp at first, but it isn't. It's something different. So it's actually one stamp. Now, rather than layering up another stamp on top of it, all you do is you simply twist the stamp. And what happens is you can get this stamp, this stamp, this stamp, or this stamp. You could, of course, experiment and just have maybe this one and this one. But when you put it all together and use them together, this is what you get just here. Now, if you want to go for this, you're saving almost a third, £38 here in the UK, $54 if you are in the US. Now, if you are watching us over on the Creative Crafts show page, don't forget, welcome if you're finding us for the first time. We're here pretty much every day with you at 11 a.m, every day apart from Sunday. And then we also bring you evening programming as well at 4 p.m. here in the UK. Now, if you're new to us and you're watching us through Creative Craft Show, you can actually use the code CC20 to get 20% off of your order. So definitely note that down. And that's when you shop with us on our website, Crafter's Companion, .com.co.uk or .eu, and that's also where you can watch and shop at the same time. So it's probably the best place to watch us. Best place to join the conversation though is of course on our Facebook page. Anne-Marie is saying, will Crafter's Companion, this is a good one for you, Leann, whilst you're here, will Crafter's Companion be bringing out storage for the ink jars, a bit like we do for the pens and the ink pads?
Do you know what? That's not the first time I've been asked
No,
that.
I've been asked that a few times recently.
And we hadn't really thought about it, to be honest, but I think it's an excellent idea. So I think what you can take from that is, I think it's an excellent idea. I'm head of product development, so maybe you might see that in the future, who knows?
That sounds like it might be happening. Cindy is saying, beautiful cards as always. Karen says, poor Leann, Joe, get the mop out. I'm not sure what that means. Loads of you commenting along, which we love. Robbie saying how she loves our lives, always learning something. And that's what this is all about. It's all about inspiring you to create something new, whether that's the stuff that we bring you in the shows and you buy from us live. We always bring you great deals. Don't forget, you can use all of your Club Inspire discounts as well alongside the discounts that we bring you here on Crafters TV, or whether you're just rummaging through your stash and finding something for the first time, or rediscovering some of your previous products that you've got, because let's face it, we've all got plenty of time on our hands at the moment to maybe start a new project. Now, I did talk to you about Club Inspire. I understand we get so many new viewers every single day, so you might not be familiar with what Club Inspire is. Here is Sarah to tell you more.
Welcome to Club Inspire, our free loyalty club. As a member of the club, you can save up to 20% every time you shop with us. For every £1 you spend, whether it's in one of our stores or on our website, you'll collect 1 loyalty point. The more points you have, the more benefits you'll receive. As a welcome present, we'll give you 20% discount with your very first order. Once you place your first order, you'll be given 250 points straight away, making you a bronze member. This will mean that you'll receive a 5% discount on all of your purchases until the end of the next calendar year, plus priority postage. 500 points takes you up to silver membership, where you'll get 10% discount plus free shipping when you spend over £20. When you get to 750 points, you'll become a gold member, which gets you a whopping 15% discount on every order, and we'll ship them to you completely free, no matter how big or small they are. Spend over £25 and we'll send them to you via our premium next day delivery courier service. When you reach 1500 points, you'll become a platinum member, giving you the same shipping benefits as a gold member, but with the added bonus of a massive 20% discount on all of your purchases. Now, on top of that, you'll receive exclusive discounts, sneak peeks of brand new products, special offers and money-saving vouchers. You'll have access to an exclusive secret Facebook group to meet like-minded friends, to find out information first and to be inspired by all the Crafty makes. We'll send you a completely free quarterly Digimag direct into your inbox, giving you lots of hints, tips, inspiration, additional offers and some sneaky behind the scenes gossip from the team. So what are you waiting for? Become a member of our club today.
All the details there of Club Inspire. Your VIP crafting experience is what I like to think of that. You get like a cheeky upgrade on the plane. Never happens to me, but I'm told it feels fabulous, just as fabulous as being a platinum member in Club Inspire. Now, the foiled floral card project kit. Yes, hour and 20 minutes in, I said it right for the first time the whole show. I really am winning at life today. Loads of you talking about the inks, loving the Aqua Tint inks in the comments, so keep commenting along. Any questions that you've got, I know I said it before, but please let me know. I'll put them to Leann, and just let me know what you're working on. I'd love to know what you're crafting at the minute. I'm going to hand you over to Leann because I can see she's ready.
I'm ready, Joe. Now my machine came ready underneath the little video about Club Inspire, so I thought, well, I'm not going to upset her by unplugging her and make it get all ready again, but I've got my foil press plugged in and it's ready to go. So I'll pop it in. Oh, it's going to come. I'm ready. So it's gone from red to green. It's ready to do its heating up. So I'm getting my little manual out. I'm looking at my 300 GSM cardstock there, and I've got a large die. And the reason I've got a large die is, let me just show you, it takes up the full footprint of the foil press platform there. So we know that's a large die. So I've got 300 GSM cardstock and I need it on for 30 seconds. So up to 30 seconds on my little timer here. Just move that along so you can see it. There we go. Up to 30 seconds on my timer. Here we go. There we are. Pop that on so it warms up. Click start and then let it count itself down. When it's ready, it will tell you it's ready. That's not annoying at all, is it? We definitely need to, yeah, that's very true. My ready is nowhere near as annoying as Joe's horn. If you agree, get commenting and let us know. We'll have a ready horn off. See who's the winner.
Sounds interesting.
No, it's going to be ready in a second. Ta-da! So then the foil goes on. Your cardstock goes on top of that. There we go. I've got my cardstock to the perfect size, so I just want to make sure it's nice and straight. And then my top plate goes on top of that. I remove my plate, pop it through the junior, and we will have a beautiful foiled background. And this background that's included in this kit for you is definitely one of the most elegant, exquisite backgrounds there is. And it's the one that I use when I'm decorating organza gift bags with the foil, with this foil plate, and it looks really, really beautiful. So I'm going to move that die there, put my plate under here out the way for now, and then you're going to get to see how beautiful this is. So we've got it here. We've got the big reveal. Look at that. Absolutely exquisite. And that is on Centura Pearl. So silver foiling on your blue Centura Pearl looks amazing, doesn't it? So what I've got all ready to go is a card base folded from the same Centura Pearl. You can see there. So that lovely blue. So I've made a card base. I've then got my glue, and I've got a piece of, from our luxury cardstock, a piece in silver, because I thought a nice piece of the luxury. I'm sure you've grabbed yourself some silver luxury cardstock in the past on the shows, and if you haven't, well then you know where you can get it. And I'm popping that on there because I think it'll just bring out the lovely silver foiling on that blue beautifully. I'm then going to pop my blue foiling on top of here. There we go. Doesn't that look lovely? It just brings it out, doesn't it? It looks really, really nice. There we go. That's looking gorgeous. And then I like to finish the inside of my cards, Joe, just as much as I like to finish the outside. So I've cut another piece of this lovely silver because I had enough left from the sheet that I used to do the front. So I thought, well, do you know what? I'm just going to pop that on the inside. I think this is for a very special occasion, this card, when you do the inside.
Very French. Structured being very Parisian.
Oh, yes, it does.
Like something, it reminds me of the Palace of Versailles or something like that. Like it's very opulent.
Palace of Versailles. Listen to you.
I've never been to the Palace of Versailles.
Oh, okay.
But if you were going to take me, you'd send me the invitation in a card like that, I think.
Yes, absolutely I would. You're quite right, quite right. So that's all ready now, and now we're going to stamp a little panel to put like a little piece across because I think it'll look lovely. And I want to show you, and I've got my friend die as well, so we can cut out some cardstock of that. So I want to show you how easy it is to use these rotating stamps. And when you use them, you most definitely want to be using your quick dry inks. That's what you need. You need your quick dry inks.
If you want a great deal on those quick dry inks, do go back and watch the show this morning, the Christmas show. We had the 29-piece comprehensive quick drying ink collection on the show. You got all 29 of the quick drying ink pads for £100 or $140. It was very, very busy. Actually, the details are there on the screen for you, so you can see them. 29 of them. For anyone that's not used the quick dry inks, why are these so valuable to have in your crafty stash, Leann?
Well, Joe, because they dry quick. That's it. So the clue's in the name, Joe. They dry quick. Now, the reason for that is they don't then smudge.
Okay.
So if you're doing projects like this, where you're going to be overlaying several different colours, and we're going to work with 4 different colours with this stamp. If you're going to be working with designs like this, or where we do our layering, for example, you don't want those layers to be smudging as you put your next layer down. You want it to be nice and crisp and dry. If you want nice crisp stamping, especially for sentiments, and so you want your edges to be beautiful and not all frayed and horrible, then a quick dry, because you get it down, it's crisp, it's solid, it's beautiful, and you just get really lovely lay down of colour. So it is the complete opposite of our Harmony Water Reactive, which stays wet for a long time so you can do all of your blending techniques. It's the complete polar opposite of that, which then means that they work in harmony, because you can do all of your backgrounds with that and then do your beautiful precise stamping with a quick dry. It's fab.
Is it an alcohol? Is it a water-based or an alcohol?
It's a water-based dye.
Okie doke.
So I've got my stamp. You see mine's pink. Yours will be clear when you first get it, because I've used mine a few times because I love this particular stamp. Sorry?
Is yours mucky?
Mine is mucky. It's also, because it's polymer, which is a much higher grade of clear stamp than an acrylic for this technique, much more expensive to create, but we just take that from Crafter's Companion. It also dyes, it stains easily. It doesn't mean that you're going to get any transference of that colour. Look, no pink down there on my white cardstock. It's just stained. Doesn't stop it from working brilliantly. It will happen. Okay. So I've got that down. I've got it where I want it to be on my cardstock, and then I've got my platform. If you're using your 6x6 platform, you can use that too. My top tip for you is this. See, I've got my Crafter's Companion in the bottom left corner here. Make sure that you have a visual reference when you're doing this rotation in the bottom corner of your stamp plate. Even if you just stick a piece of tape there, even if you just stick a little post-it note there, something, so that you've got a reference. This is your bottom left corner. I'm using my Crafter's Companion. I'm then picking up my stamp. Okay, so I've picked that up, and then I'm going to ink it with my first colour. My first colour I'm going to ink is green. So I'm just lots of light tapping all over this background stamp with my green quick dry ink, getting a good lay down of colour everywhere. Okay.
The stamping platform that you're using here, Leann, it's not one I've seen us do here before on Crafters TV. Can we find it on the website? Yes,
you can. It is absolutely our 8x8 stamping platform, and the magnetic base that goes with, you will find on the
It's the magnetic base I haven't seen before.
It's the magnetic base, which keeps your card in beautiful position.
Wonderful.
So there we go. There's my first layer. Oh, lifting it up so I can see it and you can't. Sorry. There you go. There is the first layer all stamped down and beautiful. And just if you are going to the website, you see I can go back over, and it just finds its perfect place every time.
That's
and
fabulous.
I can go down several times, and then it takes all of the ink from the stamp and gets it on that beautiful layer for you. So you leave that flat where it is. You could have taped that down onto your glass mat if you don't have the magnetic one, just to keep it still. It's important, what am I doing that for? I need a wet wipe. It's important that you get this piece of cardstock is still. So you can, and I've done it bigger. So I've done this 7x7 for a 6x6 piece, so that I've got room to trim it down. And you would have room to stick that to your glass mat with your repositionable tape, if that's what you wanted to do. So I've cleaned that, and now I'm going to dry it. And this is where the crucial bit comes in. So remember, I had my Crafter's Companion in the bottom left there. I'm now going to rotate it 25, how many degrees is a quarter of a circle? 45, 90 degrees, thank you. I'm rotating 90 degrees, a quarter of a circle.
25 makes sense though.
You would think so, wouldn't it? But not. Sadly, I wouldn't have won any awards for that or passed the exam. But it made sense in my head. So I'm rotating it 90 degrees. So now my Crafter's Companions come a quarter of a circle round. You can see that there. And then I pick my next colour. So I'm just going to go with the purple next. It doesn't matter which order you do the colours in. Result will be exactly the same. And I'm doing 4 very, very different colours here, so that you can see what happens when all of this gets laid up. Okay, so
I'm always amazed, Leann, how the quick dries, it stays wet when it's on the stamp and then dries immediately when it touches the paper. It's like magic.
It is magic. It's a really good formulation. It's fantastic, Joe. So you see there, I've rotated that. My quarter of a circle, 90 degrees, and there's my purple layer.
You could stop there if you wanted to, couldn't you?
You could, just leave it like that. It's beautiful, like a little confetti effect. Absolutely you could. You can do 1, 2, 3 or 4 layers with this.
Okay.
You don't have to do all 4. You can choose as many colours as, or you could do it 4 times with the same colour. And just have it all one colour, but look, a lovely scrapbook paper. I love this because what it's doing is it's allowing you to create your own beautiful scrapbook papers. And you don't have to do it on white cardstock, as I'm doing here. You can do this on a pale pink cardstock, or a lovely vintage lace colour, a lovely champagne colour, a cream, any colour you like. And then pick ink pads that match that colour and do this. And you're just going to be creating beautiful scrapbook papers yourself at home.
Does it matter whether you turn it clockwise or anti-clockwise, which way around you work? That's what Donna's asking in the comments.
As long as you're always turning it another 90 degrees. So you see I started with my crafter's companion here. I went quarter circle and it was there. I'm going quarter circle again. Now it's in the top left-hand corner. As long as I'm just doing 90 degrees every time, regardless of whether you go clockwise or anti-clockwise, it will work.
Okey-doke.
And then you stamp that down. So this one's the blue that I'm doing now. There we go. You can see the blue. Okay, it's starting to build up lovely, isn't it?
Could you actually put this over the top of something like your patterned papers as well? Obviously not if it, obviously you've not had a like focal point design, you wouldn't go over the top. But like very subtly patterned paper. I'm thinking especially like, you know, the vellums in the 12 by 12 lily pads. That would work beautiful.
And Joe, do you know what would work? You just had a genius idea, Joe.
Not often my ideas are earmarked genius.
Yes, because you know what you could do? You could do it with your pigment ink pad.
Yeah.
And then heat emboss over the with your clear powder, with your coloured pigment over the top of your vellums, and you'd have that lovely shiny enamelled look on top of there too. Even just one little layer.
And I guess if you wanted to, you could do heat embossing on one go. You could stamp it once, do heat embossing.
Yeah.
Then twist it, do it again, take a different colour embossing powder.
Yeah.
And you could have like a whole kaleidoscope of different coloured embossed as well.
Yes, you could, Joe. You really could.
Sounds fabulous.
And you could use it with your metallic pigment over the top of your papers and get little metallic rose gold little flashes in the back of your papers. How fabulous would that look? So you see now my last stamp was there, my crafter's companion was here. Now I turn it another quarter circle, so I'm ending up at this corner because my first stamp was down here. I pop it down and I push it in place. So as long as you just do quarter circles each time, doing it 4 times, doesn't matter if you go clockwise or anti-clockwise, and there we go. Using those 4 different colours, we have created a beautiful piece of customised scrapbook paper really easily and effortlessly at home.
Christine's asking what colours you were using there, Leann.
So the colours I used here was crushed velvet, fuchsia, grasshopper and oasis.
Fabulous.
Okay, so we'll move that to the side. There's our little piece that we've created. Let's just pop that over there out the way. And then we're going to trim this down because I think it'll be nice as a little panel on our front of our card here. So I'm going to trim it down. I think I'm going to have it about 3 inches. So let's go down to 5 inches there. 3 inches here. And then if I go there, okay, so that's my little panel there. Yes, I'm liking that. That's nice, but it needs something to frame it, otherwise it's going to stand out like a sore thumb. So we're going to frame it with a piece of matte mirror, and I'm sure you've all got this in your stash at home as well, because you all love our luxury cardstocks, don't you? So I'm going to go 4.5, which I think's right there. Yes, and then this was 3, so we'll go 3.
How easy does that guillotine make these matte layers? It's a must-have, isn't it?
It's the only trimming tool apart from my scissors, depending on what I do. The guillotine and my scissors are the only 2 things I need. It's really fantastic. So there we go. Now you see that's so much nicer, having a lovely little, bring it in, having a lovely little silver border. It just frames it nicely. So we'll glue that on there. And then what we can do, where's my tape pen? Here it is. Just use the tape pen rather than the wet glue for speed. Pop that on top of your mirror card there. And then this is going to go on the top here. Lovely. And then we've got our friend sentiment, which we can cut out in a different colour. And I think we need something really, I think we need a contrast. So I'm going to go with a nice blue Centura, Jo. I think that'll be lovely.
Fabulous.
So let's put that through the mini. Now, where's my cutting folder? I had it here a second ago and I've moved it. Let me just, oh, it's here, I can see it.
A question in from Jennifer, who's asking, can you use the multi-foil, let me get this right, the multi-foil on paper and cardstock?
Right, so there's two different types of foil to use with your foil press. There's paper craft foil and there's multi-craft or multimedia or something like that, it's called foil. The paper craft foil has been developed for papercraft. I would suggest you only use that one for your papercraft projects for the best result. The multi-craft foil is a special, they're both entirely different formulations. They're not the same thing and they will work differently. The multi-craft foil is the one which you're going to use on your organza bags, on your faux leather, on your burlap, occasionally on your ribbon, on your cotton fabric. So it's for your multimedia projects rather than your papercraft projects. I hope that helps. So don't think do you know what, I'm just going to get the one foil because I'm sure that's all I need. Depends on what you want to do. If you just papercraft and that's all you do, then just get the papercraft foil. If you don't papercraft and you like to do all of your fabric crafting and you want to be foiling onto gift bags and onto ribbon and burlap and all of those other types of things, then you want the multi-craft foil.
Fantastic.
So there we have used that friend sentiment, that comes in. I've done it in a much darker colour. There we go. And that then stands out, doesn't it? So I've been able to do my foil background and my little bit of personalised scrapbook paper without any effort at all. And I've even decorated the inside. And I would probably use my scrapbook paper and do another little panel down there. That would look lovely.
No, beautiful, beautiful card. And remember, if you want to put that together, then you need to grab the deal that we have for you. Saving over 30%. You're going to get everything you see here. So you've got the baby blue, you've got the tape pen, you've got that rotating stamp there for you. You've got the foil stamp press, which is the damask one. You've also got the friend stamp and die, and you've got the foil as well. All of that is coming included for you. So you've got absolutely everything. Now you know what time it is, don't you? It is that time.
He's got his horn out.
Deafened myself there. I mean to angle it that way. The problem is I point over there, it hit the wall, come straight back again. Yes, 5 in 5. It's fast, it's furious. You need to grab these deals as and when you see them because we don't have many of them. That's why we brought them to you as a 5 in 5. Right, gonna get the clock ready. Do we have a clock?
Where's your sweatband, Jo?
Sorry?
Where's your sweatband?
Oh, where's me?
I look forward to seeing you in your sweatband because that hair of yours is going to look great sticking out the top of that sweatband.
It doesn't, we can't find the actual head one, I'm afraid. No, I think it's under a box next door. I mean, I could try and put the wrist one on my head, but I don't think that'll work out.
No,
I've got a very big head.
Me too. Your hats fit me on the high
side.
So,
are you ready?
I'm ready.
We're just going to get that clock on the screen. Now, of course, what Leann will have is she'll have 5 minutes and 2 seconds, apparently, to do as many products as she can in the 5 minutes. She'll have a minute on each, and then I'll let her know when she's out of time. So, are you ready, Leann?
I'm ready.
Leann, on my first horn.
Oh, this is a 12 by 12 paper pad, which is glorious designs. They're absolutely beautiful in here. So this is 180 GSM and you've got 48 pages in here. You can see they're beautifully double-sided. The colours in here go perfectly with the Aqua Tint collection you've seen earlier because it's got all of your peaches and your pinks. It's got your beautiful florals in here, your watercolours in here, your hearts, and then you've got a full range of these beautiful die-cut toppers at the background. This has a very vintage floral feel to it. The quality is exceptional. It smells divine for those of you who like to smell your paper pads.
Smells divine.
Smells divine. And the colours are so soft and beautiful and will work with lovely big pages for your scrapbooking, as you can see here with this floral, or you've just got all of your lovely matting and layering pieces.
10.
I personally love to fold envelopes and boxes from these because it looks gorgeous, and you can foil on them too. You can foil on them, use your foiling dies.
1,
and
go!
Okay.
It's 11:50 for you in the UK.
What's next?
It's the metallic inks, liquid inks.
Where are they? Where are they? They're here. Liquid inks. Oh, so these metallic liquid inks are absolutely fantastic. Oh man, they've even shut the. This is it. They've even shut the box, so I can't get in. These are exactly like our pens, but in a pot. So if you've had our metallic pens in the past, get these inks. Should we do it up here so you can see them? There we go. Get these
30
inks
seconds.
and you've got that fabulous metallic colour. You can do water washes, you can paint. They'll work on non-porous surfaces. You can decorate your tea light holders, your glasses, your cups. Use them on acetate, use them on vellum, stamp with them, colour with them, do water wash backs with them,
15
do
seconds
salt
left.
techniques with them. And before you use them, give them a good shake because you need to wake that metallic up in there and make sure that you can use them really easily when you get them home. They've got all the little ball bearings.
5 seconds
so much you
left.
can do with
3,
these. Lots of
2,
different techniques.
1. 1950 for those 31.50 in the US. Next one, double-sided dies. Just thought I'd give you an extra one just to make sure you were still awake there.
I'm going to kill him. So we've got these double-sided dies here, which are a hexagon box, absolutely fabulous. I cannot cut and fold a box like this. Having a double-sided die, I'm going to show you inside. I'm going to open it. I don't know if I'm meant to.
20.50 in the UK, 27.50 in the US.
Look,
if you want to get these. Just over 30 seconds left.
Oh, shut up. There we go. We've got the dies. It would be better if they gave us the packet open. You can put that die through, piece of card, top and bottom folded. You've got a finished box. You've got it in this size and in this size, and you've got your 2 little tags. This is absolutely fabulous. You cannot, I don't care who you are, unless you're Sarah Scissorhands, cut and fold
10
a
seconds.
fabulous hexagon box like this. It's effortless. It really is fabulous, and it's brilliant for all of your little gift giving for birthdays and Christmas, etc.
20.50 in the UK, 27.52. 1. On to the next one, which is joyful phrases.
Joyful phrases. Here we are. I'm not feeling very joyful and my phrases aren't repeatable right now. But here we go. We've got this fabulous range of acrylic stamps with the most joyful phrases in. You can see there's loads of them in here and I'm just going to read them out to you from the back. Wishing you a big slice of happiness, kiss, sweet joy, new home. You deserve a day filled with many treats. Friends, happy birthday home, birthday wish, you're invited, warm and cozy, happy Father's Day. Have a delicious day. Thank you so much. You're my, oh, this is for you, Joe. You're my piece of cake.
Oh,
and then we've also got an
slice.
enjoy your day as well. Brilliant sentiments in there for lots of different occasions.
15 seconds left.
Loads. How much are they? £2?
£2
That's
or
ridiculous. You need those in
£3.50.
your life. Don't even think about it. Just get them.
Absolutely. Next one.
He was a bit delayed with his horn there.
Crafter's Inspiration.
Right, Crafter's Inspiration. Oh, look, there's me. Crafter's Inspiration 22. I love our... Can I open it?
Oh, you got your hero tool there to open that up.
I don't know if did you see what it did there? Just sliced through that. I don't even know if I'm meant to open this Crafters 22, but I'm opening it. Oh, there's our Fiona. Look what you've got. You've got a CD DVD. She's doing watercolour techniques. She's a metallic inks. Look at that. Get your metallic inks. The metallic inks are in issue 22. Get that. You've got fabulous stamps in here. You're brilliant with the metallic inks. Beautiful little die. Fabulous embossing folder with a little aperture. What's an aperture? Is it the same as an aperture? And then you've got your amazing magazine in here, which is
20
cram-packed
seconds.
with lovely techniques, loads of inspiration, loads of tutorials. All of the best crafters in the industry are in Crafters Inspiration,
10,
showing you their wares.
9,
you need this
8,
in your life. That's
7,
fantastic value
6,
for money.
5,
and why would you not want it? Because you've got your
4,
folder, your die, your
3,
stamps, and your
2,
DVD.
1. Oh, wasn't that fabulous?
Somebody
Did you
hide
enjoy
that
that?
horn.
Oh, that was brilliant. Shall I just give you a recap of all those? So £7 for that one, $14.50 if you were going for that one in the US as well. All of those are there on the website for you now, but do grab them whilst we have stock. Lots of you, Carol Co saying, you two are so funny, really cheering me up, exactly what I needed right now. Shall I give you a pen and papers moment and give you a complete recap of everything you've seen so far on the show today? So this one here is the Gemini Word Edgeable Starter Kit. In here you're going to get that luxury cardstock, so that's fantastic because you've got 30 sheets in there. Then you've got 10 sheets of the platinum cardstock. And then you've also got the friend die and stamp set. You've got the embossing folder, and you've also got the green stamp and die set too. Next one is more of the edgeable. So maybe you've already got all the bits that are in the edgeable collection, the starter collection. You're a more experienced crafter, but what you want is, you want many more of these edgeable dies. We've got them for you. Not only have we got you, we've got you them with a 40% saving. £20 if you're in the UK, $30 if you're in the US. Now, the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint card creating collection. Very, very busy on this one. You are loving this. In here, you've got the heat resistant acetate, you've got the watercolor cardstock, you've got the Schmetterling or butterfly if you're English die in there, kaleidoscope. You've got the aqua tints in there. They come with the pipettes as well, or the what did I call them, the droppers or the splodgers. We'll give them all sorts of technical terms. You've got that Scent with Love die as well. You're saving over a quarter here with this, £30 or £43. Now, I am monitoring conversations on Facebook. Lots of you saying that you laughed a lot this hour. Kathy saying that she hasn't laughed this much in months. I think that bit where I crept in with the horn earlier on might find its way onto the internet. I think so after this show. I think it's only a matter of time before it happens. I wanted to give a big shout out to everyone that's watching us over on the Creative Craft Shows Facebook page. I know a lot of you are joining us there because we are simulcasting, which is a posh word for showing you this show in two places at the same time. And this next section or segment is dedicated especially to you guys that are watching us there on the Creative Craft Show Facebook page. If you are shopping from there, it's your first time, you can use the code CC20 for 20% off your order across the whole website. And if you want to do that, you need to go over to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk in order to place an order there. You can shop whilst you watch there at the same time. It's also a great place to go. Make sure you sign up to our newsletter. There's loads of hints and tips and inspiration over on the website as well. And whilst you're at it, give us a like on Facebook. You'll find us on Facebook at Crafters TV. That's where I'm monitoring the comments this evening. Also, if you are on Instagram, you can give us a follow at Crafters TV there. That's where you find all the Instagram stories of behind the scenes sneaky peeks. Go and have a look at today's some sneak peeks of the Easter Bunny doing the rounds here at Crafters HQ. I might pop over to the Creative Craft Show Facebook in a moment, have a look at the comments there, just check in with you guys too. Now, the deal we've got for you on the classics is amazing. We had it on the show last night. We only went to it for a brief couple of minutes and it was very busy because what this is the opportunity for you to get a really comprehensive collection of the classic markers. Now they are dual ended, which is fabulous. So although you're getting 12 markers in each pack, you're actually getting 24 tips. So this one here is the pastel, so you can see all those lovely muted tones that you've got. I do love the pastel collection. This one here is the nature, so it's great for the wooded scenes. You've got lots of the browns and greens within here. The next one that we've got is the vintage. So you can see, again, really lovely sort of dusty pink and orange and green tones in that one. You've got this one here, which is the brights. I love these, real pop of colour in those ones. And you've also got here the jewels, which are lovely. You've got jades and cocktail pink and cobalt, some really lovely shades in that one. And then what you've got here is the florals, and these are lovely. I think these are a real tropical burst. But what you've got here is, you wouldn't think it by looking at the price, it's £80 if you're in the UK, $120 in the US, but these are artist grade products we talk about when we talk about Spectrum Noir. Now if you did want to just cherry pick and go for a couple of them, you can buy one, get another half price, which is a great way of getting this. So it's 2 for £30 if you want to go for those. And we're actually in the right time at the right place, because when it comes to all things Spectrum Noir, and Leann is such a keen colourist, so it's always lovely to have her with us on the shows. If you've got any questions at all about anything really, as long as it's not personal, we'll do our best to answer them. But specifically about these pens that you're going to see, then do let us know in the Facebook comments. Leann, I did say that I was very, very interested to see you take us through these, because I used the tri-blends before and I absolutely loved and adored those, but I can't say that I fully understand the classiques yet. And that's, if I'm right, is the sort of the transition, isn't it, from tri-blends into classiques?
It is. It's the next natural step, Joe. If you're a beginner, most certainly you would start with your tri-blend, and then you would progress onto your classique, and then you would progress onto your illustrator. That is the route you would take on your pen educational journey. Now, what I'm just doing here is using our Finesse ink pad. That is on the website, so definitely head along and get that. Your Finesse ink pad is the best ink pad to use for alcohol stamping. In fact, it's the only ink pad to use, because we've developed it here at Spectrum Royal Crafter's Companion to be the only alcohol-proof dye ink pad out there, the only ink pad that has been developed specifically to work with alcohol markers, so that you don't get any smudging, any blurring, any contamination of your colours, any little grey patches or any bleeding. You just get perfect results every time. It is exceptional. Okay, so I've just stamped here 3 images onto one sheet, so we can do a little bit of colouring along and have a little chat about why classique markers are fantastic. So once I've stamped it, what I do is I take away my stamp mat and I get a pile of scrap paper, which I've got underneath there, and I colour onto scrap paper. Now, the reason for that is I'm going to show you on a little scrap. Oh, look at the state of me, look at this. Honestly, I'm such a mucky pup. I'm going to clean my hands because that's going to look awful while I'm demonstrating for you. Big black smudges. And also, you know what's going to happen? I'm going to lie down to colour and get a big black smudge on there, which would not be good. Right, so the reason we need to colour onto a swatch of paper, let me just show you, is when you're colouring and you're getting your saturation down, what happens is your ink goes through the cardstock, it should do, and into the cardstock below. If you haven't got a piece of card underneath to blot that, what happens is it pools on the wet mat and then it spreads out. And that's when a lot of people, when they contact me, say, my alcohol colouring bleeds. The first question I say is, are you colouring onto a wad of scrap paper? And 99.99% of the time, everybody says, no, I'm just colouring onto my mat, onto my craft mat, my green mat, my Teflon mat, my tabletop, my tray. You always need that scrap paper underneath. That's how you get beautiful, smooth, non-bleeding blends, by having that under there. So that's the first thing you need to do. Then you just need to choose the colours that you would like to work with. Now, when you have your tri-blends, your colours are worked out for you. So you would have, for example, BP1, BP3 and BP5 in one pen for you. What you'll do when you're working with your classiques is find those colours yourself in your kits and choose 3 colours that work together. So what I've got here is BP2, BP3 and BP5. I've got Carnation, Begonia and Carmine. So those 3 colours I know will work together. And the way you'll know that they work together is because the letters BP and the numbers indicate that for you. So BP stands for bright pink. So I've got bright pink 2, the lightest, bright pink 3, a middle, and bright pink 5, a medium colour. And I'm going to colour myself this beautiful flower here. So I would start with my bullet tip, and I would get down the lightest colour first, and I'm using small circular motions exactly as you did with your tri-blend. So if you're used to using your tri-blend, the action is exactly the same. I then go to my darkest colour, which is the BP5 here, and I go into that first layer of that wet ink. Now remember, what I always say to you is wet ink blends much easier than dry ink, so I put that in there. I then come to my middle colour, which is my BP3. I bring that dark colour out a little bit to get that blend, and then I take my BP1 and I come out into the white space, which is what's called preserving your highlight. Bring that in, sorry, my big head in the shot, always do that because I'm leaning over. Bring your light out into the final petal and you get that lovely dimension on there effortlessly. So just to show you that again, you put your lightest colour down first and work on one petal at a time. Then you go to your darkest colour, and then you go to your middle colour to bring the dark out into the light area, and then you use your light colour again bring that out into the white space, which is preserving your highlight, and you start to build up that beautiful colouring effortlessly.
Eleanor's saying she just loves these markers. I love everything about them, which is always lovely to hear. Suzette says, I love you guys. You're hilarious. We love you too, Suzette, don't we, Leann?
We absolutely do. Thank you so much. Do you know, we have the best time here, don't we, Joe?
We do, we really do.
And I think when friends are crafting together like this, it's just obvious, isn't it? Because you just have a good laugh, and that's what it's all about. It's being at home, all of our friends at home joining in with us, having a good laugh at our expense, that horn, and just having a nice time, filling in a couple of hours at the end of the day, especially with everything that's going on in the world at the minute. It's just like nice having a big extended crafty family to spend time with, isn't it?
I think it's fair to say, like, colouring is definitely a good escapism, isn't it? And a good sort of, opportunity to switch off and just, take a bit of you time.
Yeah, absolutely it is. 100%. It is extremely, extremely mindful. I can sit down with some colouring like this and just one stamped image, and I can lose an hour quite happily, and I don't know where that's gone, but I've had the most relaxing time, and I feel so much better at the end of it. It really is lovely. So there we go. You see, I've just used my 3 colours there. That's starting to build dimension up onto that petal really easily, isn't it? And it looks fab. I'm just looking to see if I can see another BP here. There's a BP. Here's a BP6. So if you wanted to even add more depth to that, here's the next darkest colour, BB6, in that Classique collection. Look here. And this is what I don't want you to be scared of. I want to show you this. So I've gone a step darker again. Look what I'm able to do here. And then with my BP5, this one here, there we go. Blend that out. And then come to this lightest colour again. And look at the difference in the depth and dimension on that one petal. It looks fabulous, doesn't it? So you can be brave. That's what I would encourage you all to do if you're new alcohol colourists. Be brave and go for the darkest colour, or a really dark colour, one where you might think you're pushing your boundaries and you might be a little bit scared of it and you wouldn't want to do it, because I guarantee you that's how you're going to build up all of that beautiful depth and dimension in your colouring. It's the transition from the dark through to the medium and then into the light that does that for you. Look how lovely this is starting to look. Look at that, looks much more impressive than this. And it's having that really dark colour in there that does it for you.
Just wonderful. And don't forget, if you use the discount code that we just talked about, you get this for £64 tonight for all of them, which is an amazing price. If you use the 20% discount code. Also, Platinum members, you'll be getting 20% discount as well, so you'll be able to get these for £64 too. So, I mean, it is unbelievable. And when you think about what could you pay for a comparable pen in an art store?
Oh, how much does that work out a marker? Can you tell me?
How many are there? There are 72, less than £1 a marker.
Less than £1 a marker?
Yeah.
Comparative markers, you're going to be paying at least £2.50.
Really?
At least.
Wow.
For a reasonable run-of-the-mill marker. Some markers comparable are up to £4 and £5. So that is fantastic value for money. And I don't want you to think that those markers are any better quality or that you're getting a better marker for that, because you're not. These markers are premium, are the highest quality artist markers. I can hand on heart tell you that because I go to the factory and work with the engineers who make our markers for us personally. And I know the quality of the ink that we've got in here is absolutely second to none. I know that these nibs in these pens are Japanese nibs. And Japanese nibs, Joe, are like a Swiss watch or a German car.
Yeah.
So they really are the pièce de la résistance. They are the best you can get if you've got a Japanese nib in there. And actually the nibs, the 2 nibs on this, because you've got your chisel nib at the other end as well for large area fill, to be able to get large areas down. The 2 nibs in these pens cost more than the entire rest of the pen.
Wow.
When we're going through the manufacturing process, because they are such a high quality. Now look there, look how wonderful this peony will look as we start to build it up. And it's because you've got that lovely dark pink in there as a contrast. Now I just want to show you a couple of other little techniques, because I think it's nice to see how you can blend different colours together. So I'm going to use my BP5 and I'm going to use a PL4. No, I'm not. Yes, I am. I'm going to use a couple of different colours. The first one I'm going to do is Change your mind all the time, Leann. So what I'm going to do is with my chisel nib, scribble down onto my glass mat some purple. Can you see it? Do I need to move it in a little bit? Okay, oh, I'm going to move it a little bit. There we go. Here we are. Scribble down some purple onto my mat. There we are, so you can see it. And then what I'm going to do with my pink pen is pick this up. So I'm scooping up that purple ink onto my nib. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about contaminating it because we're going to work it out of the nib. So I've scooped it up. And then here on my butterfly, what I'm doing is colouring. And you'll see what happens is my pen ink goes from the purple through into the original colour of pink I had. So I've got that beautiful transition of colour right in front of my eyes, and I haven't had to do it with 2 pens on the page. That's how you get to use more than one colour and get to mix new colours for yourself when you're colouring things like your butterflies. So you just scoop up the purple with the pink pen. So you always scoop up the darkest colour with the lightest colour, draw it onto the thing that you're colouring, and you'll get that magic transition happening in front of your eyes. It's just how alcohol pens work. Now, just to show you again in a little bit more detail, let's do another one, and let's do it with 2 colours that would mix a completely new colour. Maybe let's go with a blue and a blue and a yellow, should we? And then you'll see the difference there. So we're going to scribble some blue onto the mat. So there's my blue alcohol ink onto my glass mat. And then with my nib of my yellow pen, I'm scooping that up with my bullet point. Scooping, 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 scooping. This is the easiest way to blend between 2 entirely different colours. And then when I've done that, I go over to my butterfly, exactly as I did before, just colour that down. So you see the blue has mixed in with the yellow in my marker, and I've got green. And then as I blend that out, the blue flushes out of the nib, flushes out of the yellow nib, and turns back to the original green colour, original yellow colour that I had in that pen. So you can see how easy that is to do. Now, the longer the green will last will depend on how much of this ink you actually scoop up. You can also start it off. So let's just say I'm going to do the same over here, and I'm going to put, this is the blue that I'm going to put on my mat. So I'm putting a little bit of this blue down to start me off. Okay, and this is the sort of technique you're going to move on to after you've had your tri-blends, you see.
So you're not got to worry about contaminating those nibs then?
No.
You're not going to end up with a green nib forever?
Nope, you're really not, because it flushes through, so just don't be worried about it at all. Okay. So I've got quite a bit of the blue down there. I'm then scooping it up. You see here, it's cleaned my nib. My nib's now clean. So I scoop up the blue with the yellow, scooping, 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 scooping. Getting all of that up into my nib. You can see I've got green on my nib now. Now I'm coming over the top of that blue that I first initially put down. You can see what it's doing is it's blending from that blue into the green colour I've just mixed onto my nib, and then it flushes out and flushes through and comes back to the yellow. So now, by using those 2 colours and that palette blending technique, I've been able to go in a full peacock effect from that beautiful blue through to a green out into the original yellow. And you can do that for cupcakes, for dresses, for flowers, for birds, for wildlife, for butterflies. It doesn't matter. It just means that you get to mix your own colours and get those beautiful results really easily.
How fabulous. Great value there, guys. £80 to get all 6 of them, gives you 72 markers in total. Remember, both the markers have got 2 nibs on them, a chisel nib and that fine point nib there as well. £80 or $120. Don't forget, if you are watching this on the Creative Craft Show Facebook page, there is that discount for you, CC20 as well, so you could use that in conjunction across all of our website if you want to place an order there. Of course, the website is where you need to shop, craftscompanion.whereveryouare.co.uk.com or .eu, and you can always shop there whilst you watch. Right, pen and paper time. One last recap. It's almost dinner time for us. We're almost out of time here, but I want to give you one more reminder of everything that you've seen in the show today. We're going to start with the Gemini Word Edgeable Starter Kit for you. £20 if you're in the UK, $30 if you're in the US. There, 30% is your save. You get both in the luxury card pack, which has got 30 sheets in. Then you get the smaller 10 sheets of the Centura Pearl, the tape runner, the Friend stamp and die, the embossing folder, and the edgeable there, which is the dream that you're getting in this one. Now, the Spectrum Noir Aqua Tint card creating collection. Everything that you need in here to create a fabulous project. And of course, you're going to be using the contents of this for a long, long time. Those inks go a really long way. You've got the perfect pastels in the inks, the butterfly dies there, of which you get 3, the Scent with Love, the Mr. bottles, the watercolour cardstock, and you've also got the heat resistant acetate within there for you as well. Also, don't forget about the 5 in 5. You'll find that on the website. This is the floral, the foiled floral card project kit. That really lovely big damask foil stamp die, that rotating stamp, the beautiful baby blue cardstock. You've got the foil, the tape pen, and the die and stamp in there as well. So a lot there for £38. And also, you saw the classics, very, very busy for them. £80 to get the complete collection there. As you can see, 72 pens in total for you. I've lost Leann. She's away now. She's colouring. That's it. Will not stop her. All I can hear is a scratching of her nib from the other side of the studio. Leann, it's been lovely to spend some time with you.
Thank you. I've really enjoyed it. I'm going to finish colouring this peony because I really like it. Honestly, I've had a fabulous time, Joe, and I forgive you for scaring the life out of me with your horn.
I hope you eat lots of hot cross buns and gets loads of Easter eggs over the weekend.
Me too.
And fill up. I'm sure it'll be wonderful. Massive thanks to Leann. Big thanks to you guys. Don't forget a really, really big cartload coming your way tomorrow. Myself and Sarah will be here at 11 o'clock in the morning. It's deals galore. Also, it will be back in the evening, 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. if you're on the East Coast. If you've been watching us on the Creative Craft Show Facebook page, make sure you pop over to Crafty TV, give us a like there, and give us a follow on Instagram. If you're in the US, have a great day. If you're here in the UK or in Europe, enjoy your evening, and we'll see you back here tomorrow for a brand new day on Crafters TV. Take care.